So, Bill, where would you like to start today?
Well, I've been having some issues with depression lately. Around the holiday time of year is the time of year my brother passed, and it gets hard at this point. Like, it's a kind of depressing time for me. And then my mom also gets really upset this time of year, and it adds a lot of stress onto the whole situation. It can be really hard to deal with her sometimes.
So it sounds like you came to counseling because you're feeling a little depressed and you're just having a hard time dealing with your mom's emotions.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds hard to say, or it sounds tough to say that, like, I'm having a hard time with it, but I guess I am. It's just, I can get by well enough on my own with how my brother has gone. Like, it's not easy, but I can deal with it, like, well enough. It's just when I end up talking to my mom, she gets super upset and can get really emotional about it, and it really hurts. And it's tough because, like, my dad is now passed, and he used to be able to be that sounding board for her, and he used to be able to talk to her and keep her calm. And now that it's me as kind of like the man of the household, it becomes really hard for me to be able to deal when she gets all upset about this and starts missing him and missing my father as well. And it adds on top of, like, my own being upset and missing all of them. It's incredibly stressful.
I can understand when my grandfather passed, it was hard for me as well, watching my family grieve. You don't want to see your loved ones so upset and so filled with emotion.
Yeah. It can be really hard. Like, I feel bad saying that it sounds like I'm being upset about it, like I'm trying to talk about her, but at the same time, like, it's really tough for me to be able to deal with all of these emotions on top of the stress that I'm having right now.
You keep saying that you have to deal with your mother. In what ways do you have to deal with her?
Well, once again, I guess that kind of sounds bad that I say I'm dealing with her, but when she gets upset, she gets incredibly emotional, and depending on how the conversation goes, that can then turn into sobbing and just a complete emotional wreck. And this time of year is hard enough on me as it is, and while I said I can get by all right, when I'm then dealing with her crying uncontrollably and just asking why and being like, I miss them, it can get really, really, really tough, and I just feel so drained after all of it.
So it sounds like when your mom tells you about how depressed she is and all the emotion she puts on you, it just seems to make things a lot worse for you this time of year or in general. Have you ever told her that how it affects you?
No, not really. Like, I can't really, like, just tell my mom that, yeah, like, me being upset makes me feel bad. Like, that's my mom, and she wouldn't really understand or, like, process that, and I feel like it would kind of make things worse almost.
Or have you tried just telling her it's just not healthy for you to deal with the extra stress?
No, I haven't yet. I don't know if she fully understands that I'm dealing with all of this and then dealing with the added stress of, like, trying to make sure that she's all right too. I kind of hope that she gets it, but at the same time, like, with how that ends up going most of the time, it just gets really, really, really hard.
It sounds like you keep saying you're trying to help her and that you need to be there for her, but you seem to put a lot of time into supporting her and taking care of her, but what about you?
Well, I haven't really thought of that all that much. Like I said, I felt I'd get by well enough on my own, and it just, like, most of the focus usually ends up on her.
But at what expense? What good does it do if you're becoming too depressed that you can't take care of yourself or you can't take care of her?
Well, you know, I haven't really like thought of it that way. And I guess it doesn't really do a lot of good if I'm like stressing out too much about everything. But I don't really know how I'd be able to help her in a situation like that. I think I'd need to be kind of at a better point in the game to be able to like help her through all of this.
I get you just trying to be a good son and help her through everything, but you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of somebody else.
Well, yeah, you're right. I do need to be able to deal with my own stuff and be able to like, process everything to get through and be able to like make it through the holidays without becoming depressed.
Because it seems like there's a lot of depression that we haven't even covered, and you're focused more on your mom's depression.
I do tend to put her first. It's always been, especially after all of this has happened, I kind of became secondary as far as worrying about my problems. It's always been how's my mom doing, or at the time, how's my dad doing before he passed, and after he had passed, it was more how's my mom handling everything, what did my mom do, or what does my mom need, how can I help her out as best I can, and it's just always been about somebody else, not me.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't help her through her emotions and her depression and be there for her, but at the same time, you need to work through your depression first, and you need to help yourself. There can be healthier ways for her to relieve her depression besides just putting it all out on you.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It probably is a better way. Yes, I can try and figure out a way for her to like look into a different way of being able to deal with this. Obviously, the way she is dealing with it isn't good, and as much as I like to think I'm helping when she gets like this time and time again, I guess I'm not really doing all that great a job.
Maybe try to encourage her to speak to somebody professional that can help her work through her emotions just like you're working through yours.
I could look into that. I can see how she'd like to think or like to look into something along those lines. I don't know how well she'd react to it, but it's certainly worth looking into.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about Ian.
My brother's doing well right now. The holidays don't really affect him as much.
Mm-hmm.
He's been having his own issues lately. As you know, he's schizophrenic,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just found out I was talking to my mom actually a little earlier today, and it seems like he is not taking his medication again. And that's a big stress on me, because if he's not taking his medication, it's going to happen to where he's going to have a breakdown again.
Yeah.
And if he has a breakdown, right now it's just him and my mom living at that house, and my mom being in the state that she's in right now, I don't know how well she'd be able to handle him having any sort of break or anything like that.
Seems like you're going through a lot of stress right now through the holidays, and it's the normal stress you should deal with, but as well as all these extra family problems going on.
Yeah, it's always one thing on top of another. It's just the way it's always been, and I'm guessing it's the way it's always going to be. I do what I can to get by, but it drains me.
I understand that. Well, it looks like we're getting towards the end of our time, but next time we're in, I want to talk more about your depression and focus on you alone and see what we can do to help you through yours.
I think that'd be pretty good. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.